Hi everybody, today I'm going to be doing the December horror block for you. Did I do one of these last month? I think I did. I think I've been pretty much up to date with these. This one is quite a noisy one and it's quite heavy. This time they didn't put the sticker across the horror block on the front, which is quite nice because I can show you what the actual logo looks like this time. And they actually wrapped it in cellophane, so it wasn't actually stuck shut, so the box isn't damaged at all. And I got the newer style box that's got these silhouettes on. You've got Dracula, a gravestone, a gremlin, a Freddy, and I think that's a raven on a branch, but it's all kind of very horror related silhouettes, and it says hashtag horror block on there. And I'm going to show you what we got this month. So I'm going to pull this off here. I'm not going to do these in any particular order. We're going to start with this though. We've got a couple of Christmas related items in this box, which is quite nice. The first thing that we got is a Gremlins snow globe. So Gremlins holiday snow globe. Made exclusively for Nerdblock for a limited time only. So that to me sounds like it will actually be retailing separately, but it's been made for short term, available just to Nerdblock. Now on the box, they're actually quite detailed. I think the detail is not quite the same on the actual globe, but I do still really like it. This is actually a quite heavy item. So they're kind of just sitting on this sort of oriental box. If you've seen the film, it kind of comes from this strange little sort of shop. And you've got those little, like a curio type of shop. There's lots of unusual things in it, but that's what they look like. They're a little brighter green than they should be, but that doesn't bother me. They do look like what they're meant to look like. Somebody else made a video and they're like, well, they're rubbish, they don't look like gremlins. I'm sorry, they do look like gremlins, come on now. But they've got their choir books there. And then you can see that little gremlin butt on the back. Actually quite detailed when you look at some of like the detailing on the spine and on the backs. And it's not musical or anything, but I will... There you go. So there's your gremlins sitting in the snow globe. I think it's pretty. Is it totally amazing? No, but it is quite a nice idea. And it is something Christmassy, but still horror related. There's a limitation to what you could do horror related in a snow globe that would still look quite pretty and passable as a holiday decoration. So I actually think that this is a really nice item. Sorry about that, the memory was full of my camera, so I had to stop and take a few things off. Did I say December at the beginning of this video? Because this is not December's box, this is November's box. It's just that I just got it yesterday, which was the 10th of December. Because they ship so late in the month, you never get it until a good way into the next month. And you've already paid for your next box, which I don't think is very good. I don't like the system where I'm paying for the box that's for the next month and I haven't even received the month before. Because I think it allows them to be a little bit lax with their customer services, and their customer services is not easy to negotiate, let me tell you. So, anyway, back on the box, we get Rue Morgue, and it's got Let's Scare Jessica to Death on the front. And did they do a remake of that? I kind of feel like they did, unless it was Let's Scare Somebody Else to Death. Anyway, the usual Rue Morgue. Nothing different about it, I don't think. It just looks the same as always. And yeah. So, Rue Morgue magazine, we get that every month. The Freddy vs. Jason item. This is it. I have to say I'm a little disappointed. These retail I know for $13 because I watched somebody else's video. So they're not like a super mega cheap item. So yeah, they're okay. 17 plus is a bit ridiculous because you can bake before you are 17 years old. People learn to bake in school. It's got a recipe on the back for scared sweet cookies and blood red royal icing recipes. And they're just cookie cutters. I mean, they're okay. I'm not going to say, oh, these are really terrible. It's just, I think that because I'm such a huge fan of the Freddy vs. Jason film, and I know quite a lot of people aren't, but I am. I love the film. I've just watched it. It was on recently. I watched it for the God knows how manyth time. But because I love the film so much, I'm a little disappointed that all we got is cookie cutters. I don't know. Anything would have been better. A glass cleaning cloth. I don't know, a tin with their faces on, just something I could have used. I can't really use these. I probably will just take them out the wrapper possibly and display them in this room. It's a little disappointing, I have to say, just because, yeah, I'm a huge fan of the film and I just think that they could have done a better item for that. So that is a slight disappointment. I'm not totally though, because it's still quite nice. I suppose if you made you could use them to make sort of clay sort of things. So you could kind of get the clay, press it into it and get the shape, and then, you know, bake them and paint them. So that might be quite a nice little thing to do with it rather than just make cookies. So that could be something I could try to do with it. The next item is a book. I'm actually really excited because I haven't had a novel in these. Before I actually signed up, they got a book the month before I signed up. And I've always wanted to get one in these ones. So it's quite exciting. It's by Joe Chianakis, I think that's how you pronounce that name. It's called Rabbit in Red. That reminds me of something. What does that remind me of? I'm sure there's Rabbit in Red in something, in some film or something. It'll come back to me after I've made the video. Anyway, I'm not going to read through this whole thing, but basically there's a website called frightfest4d.com. So I don't know if that's to the writer or the publishing house. But this is a book that's already in publication, except that the only thing that's different here is it's got this exclusive cover for the horror block. So you're getting something that has not been released generally with this cover, but it is actually on release. And basically the premise behind this is that I think it's 17 teenagers. Is it teenagers? Are they all teenagers? Yeah, 17 horror-loving teens. They're gathered at the Rabbit in Red Studios, brainchild of eccentric horror producer J.B. Bell. And it's a contest basically, and if you survive the contest, I think you get the chance to win. I don't know whether you can create your own horror film or something like that. But basically it's kind of like Saw meets House on Haunted Hill meets 13 Ghosts kind of thing. Bunch of kids trapped in a house being killed off one by one. Which appeals to me. I think it sounds like it's a really good story. Nice print, nice clean white crisp pages. And yeah, nice size print. I know those kind of things don't matter to everybody, but they can matter to some of us who don't have the best of sight. So, yeah, it looks like it's going to be interesting. But this is volume 1, Follow the Rabbit. And it does say inside that it's a horror block exclusive edition. So it looks like this is going to be one of a series. I didn't realise that because I haven't opened it and looked at the beginning of the page there. There's some prayers on the inside, and then it does... Oh, yeah, okay. So it does say other books here by the same guy, which is Rabbit in Red Volume 2, Burn the Rabbit. And you can get it at Amazon and bookstores. And then there's a collection of short horror stories, and they're going to be releasing another one of these called Bury the Rabbit in 2017, which is it's a conclusion of the actual trilogy. And yeah, I mean, it's got a nice little dedication in here for my mum, who still goes shopping with me to buy horror films. She's battling the worst horror though. Keep her in your thoughts. There are many more scary mirrors to see, and I wish that the only horror she had experiences on the big screen, not the big C. So his mum's obviously ill at the moment. And for my dad, ALS took him from this world. When we lost the use of his body, he still wanted to read. The last book I got from him was Kings Under the Dome. Stories matter so much, don't believe me. Picture a man in his deathbed smiling and begging for more of the story. It matters. I love you both always. It's a really, really nice dedication. It does say that there's Cameron Johnson illustration, so I'm guessing that this is the guy who's actually created the cover. It's actually quite a nice little image there. And it does say here, Cameron's art is mind-blowing. We're using his work for Rabbit in Red Volume 2. He also did the art for Nightmares Under the Moonlight. He has a variety of talented, twisted, cool, incredible pieces on his website. And if you're looking for art illustrations for any kind of work or for your own personal collection, check him out. He's talented and professional, and I hope to work with him for all of my publications. And then there you go. The start of the book. So the book itself is... Let me check how many pages it is. It's 223 pages long, and then it's just got a little bit more information in the back. I know I've spent a lot of time on this, but I am an avid reader, so I am excited to get a book in this, and this actually sounds like right up my street. It's my kind of story, so I'm very excited about that. Now the next item, very excited about this. This has got some amazing artwork on it. Let's start with that. It's very much in keeping with the actual film itself and the story of Krampus. He's got his pitchfork and the child and his long tongue sticking out, and it just says on the top, Krampus Belle. This is a Horror Block exclusive, and I was so excited to see this in the box. Now I'm going to keep the box. I might display the box, to be fair, in my room because it is quite pretty. And I'm actually just going to leave the bell up all year round, just because it is a Christmas thing, but it's not necessarily just looking Christmassy. I know it's a bell, but I think it'll be quite nice just hung in this room. So this is actually the bell that Krampus gives to you after he's taken everything from you, basically. It's like, yeah, thank you, Kim. You wanted me to come. I took all your family. I've solved all your problems. Here's a nice little bell to say thank you for letting me come and, you know, destroy your life. It's got the chain on where it used to be chained, I would assume, to him. And it's just this kind of rusty looking bell. And then it does say Krampus on it, but it's just quite nice and simple on the back there. Somebody else complained that, oh, I can't see it, oh, it should be, you know, really bold. I don't want it to be really bold, because in the film, to me, as it is now, it just looks like a movie prop. Like something that I've gone on set of Krampus and they've said, hey, take something, you can take one of these props. I don't want something that's got a big massive Krampus emblems on it in red or white, because that's not what they'd have in the film. I don't understand people sometimes. I just like that I know what this is, because when I showed my husband it, he was like, well, what's that? He didn't know because he doesn't watch horror films, but I know what it is, and that's what matters to me. So I'm excited. I'm not hanging it on a tree, I'm just going to hang it in this room. It's quite nice. So I was really excited to see that, because I think it's really cool. It's like, I love getting items that are copies of things that are in films. I think that they should continue to do that. They should continue to give us things that appear in films. Even slightly scaled down replicas and stuff, but stuff that actually looks like it really could have come from the film. That excites me, because I really like the idea of having kind of film replicas. I've got the official Freddy hat from Nightmare on Elm Street from the dress-up costume in here. I've got the ghost face mask that came out when it actually came out on video in '97. That shows you how old that mask is. So yes, I've got kind of replica items, and I'm trying to get the Jason mask as well for my room. So I like replica items. I think they're really cool. So I love that that's in there. I think it's great. The last thing in the box is the t-shirt. At first when I looked at the t-shirt I was like, I will say that this is, although it's a nice t-shirt, it's not the most exciting t-shirt we've received. I got mine in brown. It seems that the women's fitted ones were in brown. Anything else was in green. A nice dark forest green. And the t-shirt is a ugly Christmas sweater t-shirt, which are very popular on actually Shirt Punch. If you go on Shirt Punch, they have quite a lot of these ugly Christmas sweater t-shirts. So that is why we've got it, I assume, really. But it just says Cthulhu Awakens. Got the guy down there, the candles, the books. I mean, he is nice. It just kind of looks like hand-stitched, like embroidered, so I do quite like it. It's just that I'm not a massive fan of Cthulhu. I do love all the different variations of how people say Cthulhu, though. There's a lot of people struggling with the pronunciation of it. But yeah, I like it. I think it's a nice t-shirt. Is it my favourite I've ever received? No. Is it my least favourite? No, actually, in fairness. I don't think it's the worst one we've ever had. And I will actually wear it. I mean, it's nice that it's brown rather than black. I don't mind the colour. I just think that if they were going to do it and kind of go sort of Christmassy, which is just kind of green one's quite Christmassy, they should have maybe done a red and a green. If this had been like a dark red for the fitted women's and then a dark green for any, like the unisex one, then that might have been better than a brown. Brown doesn't scream Christmas to me. But overall, it is like a nice looking t-shirt. Shirt Punch t-shirts are great. It is lovely. I think the problem is, for me, is that I pretty much had my hopes set on getting a Freddy versus Jason t-shirt in this box. I was just so excited. I thought, oh my goodness, if they do a Freddy versus Jason t-shirt, how amazing. Unfortunately, that was not to be. I can't even remember what was on last month's card about what was in this box, in fairness. I think there was Krampus and Gremlins. Oh, and I think the other item was Freddy vs Jason. That might be it, because they usually only give you kind of 3 hinters. I just think that this item in this box could have been something better. I'm not going to say that I hate it, because I don't hate it. It's still, you know, quite a nice item. I'm a big fan of Freddy vs Jason, and I think, like I said, I might actually use it with clay to make little clay heads or something. We'll figure out some kind of use for it. I love the book. Rue Morgue's always great to get. The t-shirt's okay. Like I said, it's not my favourite. I think it's more that I was kind of hoping for something else. But after I looked at it the second time, I was like, well, actually, it is quite nice. It's something a little bit different. I love the bell. I love the globe. So for me, I think it's a nice box. Is it the most amazing, best box ever? I'd have to say no, it's not. But that said, there's nothing in here that I actually don't like. Does that make sense? I don't think that makes sense. I just think that some boxes I've kind of opened up and just been wowed by every item, and I just don't think that's particularly the case for this box. And here he is. Hello. Hi, Finn. He's so nosy. Here he comes. What are you trying to do? He likes to steal makeup brushes off the desk. So he's just kind of scoping out what he can get his gnashes around at the moment, I think. Because he's still just a baby, aren't you? Eh? Are you just a baby? Yes. So, I'm going to keep one eye on him. One eye on the video screen. Yeah, it's a nice box, November's box. I do appreciate that they've put something Christmassy in, because I don't remember them doing that last year. So it feels nice to get something Christmassy. I mean, there's 3 Christmassy items in here, so that's quite nice. The card, let's quickly attack that. The snow globe is exclusive. The book is exclusive in that the book cover is exclusive. So the book itself is actually on retail now, but it comes with a different cover. But it sounds exciting, because it sounds like the guy who's actually illustrated the front of it, he's going to be working with him from now on. So it means that the covers from now on, if you go on to buy the others, probably will match this, so that's quite nice. So it's nice to get something that's kind of got exclusive artwork on it. I think that's quite a nice touch. The bell is exclusive, which I think that's exciting. These are not exclusive, the cookie cutters, because I know somebody mentioned in their video anyway that they'd seen these elsewhere. And the t-shirt, as you can see, there's that lovely dark green colour. The t-shirt is exclusive, it's from Shirt Punch. It's much like their daily deals. I'm signed up for their emails, and every now and then I do purchase one of their daily deals. We did get our 2 little cards in. Let me see. I don't want to show you my code. So we got our usual eShop code, which I've not yet to use any of those, so I've got a stack of them. And then we got another one of our puzzle pieces. I don't have this one, so I've got 6 pieces of the puzzle now. And I don't know how many you need to get the $100 gift card. I don't know whether it's 9 or 10, I can't remember, but yes. I didn't think I was ever going to get anything but the same pieces, but I finally do have 6, so I'm on my way, so that's quite exciting. Any ones that I have had duplicates of I've actually used. So the last time I ordered a t-shirt, I used that, and I paid $7, I think it was $7.50 in postage for the t-shirt, so I've paid around £4 or £5 for the t-shirt that's coming. So that's actually really quite good. These little credit cards are actually really, really good. They do have 4 new t-shirts every day that only last for 24 hours, so it's quite exciting to get your hands on one of those if you see one. Rue Morgue, of course, is on general release. Some people value these kinds of boxes. I know Nerdy Noob does. If anybody watches Nerdy Noob, she doesn't get this actual box though. So in the UK, let's try to do this. I've not done this before. In the UK, I'd probably give that, because it's a novelty item and a local store near me charges quite a bit, I'd probably give this around £8 value. The book itself, I'd probably give that, yeah, I'd probably give that maybe a £6 value, just because you could go, like, Asda sells, like, sort of these kinds of books. Although this is probably not going to be on general release. So maybe I'll give that a £10 value, just because it's got the... Or actually £10 because you've got this artwork that's not available anywhere else. So that's £10. A magazine like this, you'd probably pay... trying to think about like kind of Xbox magazines and general release magazines in here. I probably think you'd pay about £5 for this magazine, so 5 for that. The bell itself... I guess that would be around £7. Maybe more, depending on where you purchased it for, but I'm going to go for £7. The t-shirt I'd go for £10. They're really, really good quality and they do wash beautifully. And then the snow globe, I'd probably go for, I don't know, snow globes, £7 maybe for that. So there's around £47 worth of value in this box and it cost 20. So you're getting a hell of a lot more than what you actually paid for it. So I think that's really good. I'm a horror fan and there wasn't anything like this before. I came across this on YouTube, so I'm excited that I found this because I love horror. I love filling up this room with lots of little different things, and you know, having the book to read and the t-shirts to wear, it's great because it's something that's a little more difficult for me in my country, in the UK, to get a hold of. Like I said, there is a store nearby that sells such as this kind of thing, but they are very, very overpriced, but that's because they're not general release items. The t-shirt is beautiful quality, they are lovely, but horror t-shirts again are difficult to get a hold of. So I'd say that, you know, it's an excellent box to fulfill your horror needs. So overall, yes, love this box, think it's really nice. In next month's box we get The Army of Darkness, which is, it's a Bruce Campbell film. Is that a Bruce Campbell film? I feel like it is. I feel like it's very similar to the cover of that Evil Dead 2. I think. I'm not sure, please don't quote me on it, but I've not seen it. Friday the 13th, well, I love Friday the 13th, and American Horror Story, which is exciting. It's got 4 exclusives in it, and we did get an email about the American Horror Story item, and I think it's going to be from Asylum. It's going to be the, you know, the nun who's got the black coming out of her eyes. It kind of mentioned her pictures in the email, and I know sometimes they can throw you with that, but it did mention that you shouldn't look into her eyes, and she's the only person that I can kind of think of that might be, or might relate to. So I don't know whether that's going to be a print. It could be. Not really very sure, but I think it's exciting because I have, on these surveys that you get every month, been constantly saying I want to see something from American Horror Story in this box, and finally it's here. And of course we also get that Freddy Nightmare on Elm Street flask. They couldn't get it past customs for the October box. We have had an email to say that it will actually feature in the December box. So we know we've got American Horror Story, Army of Darkness, Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. That takes up 4 items, which probably are your 4 exclusives, possibly. But we normally get at least 5 items, but sometimes 6. So we already know what 4 of the items in the box or what kind of thing they're going to be. Rue Morgue, of course, is another. So it could be that that's all we get. It could be that there's going to be some random other item. And the email did say featuring items from Nightmare on Elm Street and Ouija. I think that's a mistake because the time that the Freddy flask was supposed to be in, Ouija appeared in that month. So I think they've accidentally left Ouija on there. I don't think Ouija's going to be in the December box as well because I don't think it's a big enough movie to do that. They've already featured something from it. So we'll just have to wait and see. I won't get my December box till January, which is a little disappointing in fairness because I'd like to get them the same month. I'd like to see them start to ship on the 20th. So that I could have it before the month was gone. Here I am in December showing you this box, and this is November's box. And I'm not talking 2 or 3 days into December. I didn't get this till the 10th of December, so that is a little on the disappointing side. And that's not just because of Christmas post. That's the thing that happens every month, to be fair. Every month we have a delay in postage and it comes quite late, so. But I do love the contents, so I will continue to get it. Anyway, that's it for today's video. I've waffled on a lot. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe if you have. I'm going to love and leave you and see you in the next video. That's it for the day, guys. Keep on screaming. Bye.